All right, well, we can get started here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Last we left off, our party was resting after a grueling assault against a devil-worshipping Duke, hell-bent on becoming the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. Our heroes rested, studied, and pulled a few cons within the city, and headed to Candlekeep to look into the infernal puzzle box. Along the way, the party encountered a farmer who called himself Cadrus. It was revealed that the farmer was actually a Cambion in disguise, with a squad of men hidden in the back of his cart. A daring battle took place, but the devil and his minions were defeated. The rest of the travel was less dangerous, albeit the weather was terrible. As the clouds begin to look less hostile, the party arrives at the gatehouse of Candlekeep.
Exciting.
All right, so you guys are very wet and probably a little tired from just going through all this shitty weather.
Why does the town look like it has cobwebs on it?
I believe that's called fog.
I'm pretty sure some of that's cobwebs.
Let's see here. I'm sorry, I gotta log into Roll20.
Is this
Let's
an old
hope
city?
the fuck not, because Mia will be.
Now, everybody. No, that's just fog. And actually, this isn't actually a township. It is basically just it's a fortress.
It's like, I like the, what I'm assuming at one point was a ship, is now just impaled in these, towers of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, we get to meet Silvira right now, right?
Yep.
She's supposed to be here, right?
Supposedly.
I mean, this is
According
why
to
we came
this.
here, yeah?
Yep.
Little
You've
one.
actually, Orion had studied here for the entire time you've been with Silvira. You were at Candlekeep. So you know the lay of the land pretty well.
This is going to be the only time I'm telling you this. Take charge, or
We have to have a book to enter. Is that the town
you
or
have
the keep?
multiple books.
I'm not just gonna give away my books.
Well, I guess we go
But-
home.
No.
Well, shit, that was a sucky ride here for nothing, man.
Yeah, sorry, I should have told you. No, do we need to get into the town or to the keep itself?
There isn't a town.
a keep.
This
There's
whole
sometimes.
thing is the keep.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm logging into Roll20 to see. Here, there we go. Oh, it was that picture. Okay.
I mean, it's your
Ah.
mentor. You wanted to come here. I say you give up something to get us in.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I have the perfect thing. The lock spellbook that you were holding for me. We can't use it anyway, and it's cursed. So let's give her that. This is a good place for it.
Wow, that's kind of surprising that you are willing to give up the spellbook. I
Well-
thought you wanted to peer.
Oh, there
into
are
it
lots of spellbooks here.
Once we got the curse removed.
Do I see a boat on?
Yes.
Okay. I was looking. I'm like, it looks like water is pouring from it, or I guess that's just more fog. Okay. Like, would I know what that boat is, by the way? Or is that something we can't find out till a little bit later?
No, it's just a boat. It hadn't, you've never seen it hit the water. It's obviously mounted up. There must be some importance behind it, but you were too busy studying to really know anything about it.
Okay. Well, unless it had other lore, I was going to start spouting what is in Orion's headcanon as lore for the ship. So I didn't want to be spouting something false if I knew it to be otherwise true. It's like, yeah, did you guys see the ship? Look, isn't that pretty amazing? And then I'm going to go on and start telling them all about it. Name of the ship, how it got there, etc.
Okay. Orion, stop.
So, Orion, weren't you done studying
I
one of those spell books?
that book, the lock book is necromancy. I think, right? Is that what we figured out? It's a necromancy book.
That's not what he's asking you.
Yeah.
No, I know, but out of character, it was.
Yeah,
It was
it's,
necromancy,
Okay,
right?
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Necromancer's book.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, and that's a necromancer's book, and necromancy is a little, not really my thing. I like to stay away from that.
So you'd
Devils are
rather
more
hold
my thing.
to hold on to a book that you have no use for, and give away
I
one
have
that you
use for it.
potentially have use for. What kind of
I mean,
use do you have for a spell book you already know all of the spells out of?
but if my spellbook gets lost or stolen, I have these spellbooks to fall back on. Plus, did you see the illustrations in this one? Look at this one.
You are acting like a hoarder.
It is a library, a spellbook library. I'll have you know.
You is a library?
I have one with me. I've got let's see. The other I have other books like the Great Imbago's Emphatic Book of Lore. Oh, gosh, what an idiot. And then I've got I've got this spellbook and this spellbook and this spellbook, this spellbook, and my spellbook. So,
Jake, is this an inane conversation happening right outside the gate that we can't get in?
No, you guys are a little ways off from the main gate.
Oh, okay.
it's like
I was
but-
debating on just saying these monks are just staring at you as you guys are having a heated conversation about books. But no, you guys are a
Rosier's
little ways
debating
away.
on asking Archimedes and Eyes just to turn the wagon around now at this point, since
No, let's
Orin
let's
doesn't
give him the
wanna
lock spell. Let's
give
give him
up
the
one
lock
of his
spell book. I
spell books.
I don't want to learn. I don't want to
Does
learn.
he have any of his books like out?
Oh, I had them all. I was showing you the illustrations.
I'm jacking one and taking off on my horse to the gate.
Hey, that's the Great Imbago's Emphatic Book of Lore. That thing's used. Fine. That was my old mentor who was a drunk and an idiot. That was the Book of Lore I came with. But
Anyway,
is it signed by the author?
what?
Nothing.
You said it was signed by the author?
Yeah.
Oh yes, and big.
Drunkenly.
Yeah,
it's just
big,
a weird scribble.
Yeah.
Extra value.
He used to tell me they were just runes, but I know better. Okay, well, I will mark that off my inventory.
I love that you don't even fight it. You're just like, okay.
So,
Hey.
the book is useless. It's the I left my mentor because he was an idiot and made up a bunch of stuff, and so like
So
his book
Mia
is-
didn't get a spell book; she got a useless book of random trivia. Is what you're saying.
Well, they don't need necessarily a spell book. They just need a book that's not in their library.
yeah, like I don't want to give up books, but if I had to give up one, that one's not so bad.
Well, I mean, let's try it.
Yeah, I'm on my way up there.
Some
Alright.
of my best doodles are in that one. Jeez. I don't doodle in real spell
Don't have
books.
this book anymore
Which one?
either. The ledger for.
Otherwise, if they don't want this book, I have like
Duke
3
and
smut books
Andrew.
now. So I mean,
Oh. Yeah, that'll work. Alright.
All right, sounds good. So Mia, you had shown up first at the gatehouse. When you arrive, you're greeted by 3 monks in purple robes: a human, a shield dwarf, and a sun elf. Around their necks hang holy symbols of Denir, god of writing, whose symbol is a lit candle above an open eye. "Welcome to Candlekeep," says the elf in common. "A gift is required from those seeking admittance. You must
Hi.
donate a book or scroll that isn't already in the library's archives."
I'm riding ahead for my party. They're on their way in our wagon. I have this book. I don't know if you guys have it. And I'm gonna kind of like show.
Oh.
All right. What does this book look like, Orion?
It is a fat tome with illustrations and handwritten illustrations and writings. Imbago, half of it's in Bago's hand and half of it's in mine, as I took dictation for my apprenticeship. And it looks like it's very interesting. It's like an encyclopedia.
Okay.
It's pretty meaty.
All right, cool. Yeah, the elf will take the book. The dwarf opens up like this very large tome and just starts flipping through it. You're assuming it's in some sort of a system. He heads somewhere in the middle of the book and starts looking and looks over at the elf and nods. The elf takes the book and he's like, "All right, once your party arrives, you all may enter."
Oh shit. Okay. Cool.
More spot for you, I guess.
Yes.
Once you guys enter, one of the monks will escort you all to a room where you guys can share. You don't have to pay any sort of room or board if you're going to buy anything at the pub, because they do have a pub here. That will cost money. Charity donations, that sort of thing, are also not required, but they wouldn't mind getting a little bit of extra income in.
Behooves you to tip well.
I put 5 gold in the box and asked for some mulled wine.
At the gate, or did we get to the tavern already?
Aren't we in the monk pub?
No, I'm just. This is what the elf is explaining.
Oh, I see. Well, when we get there, that's what I'll do.
Is there a public research facility, or?
Yep, as long as you paid your toll, you're free to stay here as long as you like. The libraries are free to the public. Anything magical, you'll have to get some sort of a permission, more than likely by one of the archmages here.
All right.
Well, that's okay. We're just here to see Silvira. So,
I mean,
I'm sure she'll give us access to everything. Except for that one wing. I was never allowed in there. Or in
What
that
now?
other...
I
no,
mean, why do you
I'm
think?
sure... I think it was her boudoir. Whatever that is.
Jake, does the elf make any reaction at all when he says Silvira?
Actually, yeah. At the moment that Silvira's brought up, he looks down at Orion, or I guess up at Orion because he's still in the cart, and he goes, "Oh, you're back. Hello, young sir."
Hey! It's like, it's been a long time. I was wondering when you'd recognize me. It's like, have they named the ship yet? We were taking bets on it before I left.
He doesn't say anything. He
We were
kind
not
of shakes his
taking
head.
bets on what it was named.
No, like before I left Candlekeep. I'm gonna lean over and say, I guess that ship has sailed.
Badooch.
Same.
Okay.
Anon puts a loving hand on Orion's shoulder.
Archimedes, take us through the gate quick before this conversation continues.
I believe Archimedes is here.
Yes, I am here. Are we at Candlekeep now?
We are.
Mm-hmm.
We paid our
Awesome.
toll.
Yep.
All right. As far as your horses in the cart, they do have a stable and a storage facility upon entering. So you guys can just leave your horses here and then start heading into Candlekeep proper.
Silvira, is she in the top, or is she in like a main hall? Or is there like a receiving hall or something down lower in the keep?
No, she's probably up in her workspace, which is pretty far into the castle.
Okay. Follow me, everyone.
Rosie, after Orion says that, Rosie will find somebody nearby to ask where she can do research on enchanting things. So specifically looking for anyone other than Orion that would know this place.
Okay. Yeah, if you ask one of the one of the monks nearby. There is one that was more than willing to give you guys tours anyway. If you were looking for somewhere specific, he'll lead you there, along with wherever you all need to go.
Oh, well, that'll be far more, efficient. if we can
Orion
get a tour.
has wandered a little bit ahead, talking, assuming everyone's following him, and he's gonna turn around and be like, "What are you guys doing? Come on!" It's like, I can show you where we're supposed to go. It's this way. We're this way, I think. We'll get there eventually.
I
It's not that
turn
big.
back to one of the monks. Yeah, we're gonna need a guide.
Do I know this monk?
Yeah, you were here for quite a number of years, so you know all of the monks here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Do you... I'm gonna be like, well, does he have a name, or shall we just name him?
It's Bob.
Yeah, I was just gonna say his name is Bob.
Bob.
Success.
Bob the monk.
Yeah, that's B-A-U-B. Nice dwarven fashion, right? Bob.
Exactly.
Hey, Bob.
Going
Hey,
in
I'm
the
back.
notes. It's canon now.
How are you faring, little Orion?
Well, we found an infernal puzzle box, and we're bringing it to Silvira, seeing if she might be able to open it. We're on a special business.
Oh, interesting.
Don't tell anyone.
I
Wink.
leaned over Orion. I was like, didn't you say she was an expert and would be able to open it? Now you're saying we have to see if she can open it?
She is. She'll be able to open it. Just ignore him.
Yeah, she'll be able to open it. I've heard of her doing it before, so it's gonna be fine. Pretty sure. So let's go. Anyway, Bob, lead us the way. We need to go see Silvira, and then we're gonna go find some study time.
How long are we planning on spending in Candlekeep? Do we have an idea of that?
Well, it could be a couple months at least. We've got research to do, right, Rosie?
Maybe a
At
quick
least
look for myself, but once we get this taken care of, I'll probably be heading back to Baldur's Gate really quickly.
Oh, but you haven't seen all the libraries. There's so many books on enchanting. Plus, I need to check on my experiment in the feast hall.
Well,
I
you
hope
can
so, but
definitely do that without me.
oh well, it's kind of unavoidable. It takes up half the table. I begged Silvira to not take it down while I was gone. She promised me she wouldn't, so I gotta go tend to that.
Jake, did we do all that we needed to do against the 3 evil gods?
Yes.
And so is Zariel the thing that needs the most is that our main antagonist at this point? Or so
if
we
you're
imagine?
If you're gonna pick an antagonist, you believe Zariel would definitely be it.
Okay.
The most pressing thing at hand is figuring out what the hell happened to El Terrell.
Okay. So I want to actually kind of research Zariel and that kind of thing, because I feel if I'm going to talk my way out of stuff with her cultists and things, I need to really know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I will see if I can't find a way to research as much as I can about her cults, El Terrell, all that.
Okay.
If that
Are you
makes
asking
sense.
one of the monks for?
Yeah,
guidance
I'll
on where to
ask
go?
for directions about it. I don't need to be where this puzzle box stuff is happening or.
Okay. Well, as it just so happens, Bob just says I would talk to Silvira. She's an expert on the Nine Hells,
Oh,
and I'm sure she has plenty of tomes
okay,
in her study specifically for that sort of thing.
great.
Yeah, I've got an in. I'm telling you, we should go talk to her. Well, I guess what time of the day is she? Is it still like reasonable that she'd be receiving people?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, come on, let's go. Bob, onward. We need to see Sylvira.
Mia is acting like stone-faced, but like you can tell that like she's like kind of bobbing a little bit more than normal, and like
She's nervous.
Mia, make a deception check.
I suppose
You're keeping your cool.
it'd probably be worth asking, since I am an arcane practitioner. Would I be aware of this particular wizard, considering my background?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. See what you know about, if you know of Sylvira.
All right. Aw, that's sad. That's only an 11.
11. Yeah, you're not super familiar with her.
Is this town purely arcane, or is there some religious element to it as well? I mean, you called them monks, but
Yeah, they're all worshippers of Denir, the god of writing.
okay. I'm gonna see if I can't sleight of hand figure out a way to get one of their holy symbols. If one's laying around, like, I'm not gonna rob anybody.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll roll a percentile
Just
as you guys
Candlekeep
are
itself.
heading through.
Say it again. I'm sorry, Jake.
I said. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I just rolled a percentile to see if you might just see one
Oh,
kind
okay.
of laying around.
While I'm here, it'd be nice to pocket one.
I rolled stupid high, so yeah, make a sleight of hand as you're walking by. You just kind of notice one sitting on a desk as you're walking through a hallway.
Okay.
Let me double check their stats, but yeah, no, you don't think anybody knows. I'm sure Eyes did, but Eyes isn't saying anything. He'll
wink at him.
eyeball you, but yeah, he just kind of gives you a stare, and then he kind of makes like a really awkward wink.
I'm a collector. So
A wink is so awkward. He even says wink, right?
Actually, what he does is he just kind of looks at you at first and goes, "What are you doing? What's wrong with your eye?"
just something in it.
Oh. In that case, he doesn't like.
All right, let's go see this wizard.
All right, is everybody heading to Sylvira, or is Rosie heading somewhere else, or? what is
No,
everybody
I
doing?
would go to Sylvira first, and then, pending chain of events, be
Okay.
interested in taking a peek at their enchantment research or library.
Did you all want to go to your private quarters first, just drop off traveling equipment and all of that?
We have private quarters. Nice.
Yeah, they give you all like a big like common room to share. It
Cool.
comes with cots and all of that, so you all will be sharing a room, but it's like your own private space for the party.
I mean, all my stuff's in my bag of holding, so I look like I travel light.
I imagine Rosie's bedside area would be nice and neat anyway. Except for-
Very, like, everything in its place, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. I think Orion just kind of spills his stuff onto his cot. Hey, I still have these Tiamat dragon masks and cultist masks. We should do something with those. I've got
In
this
due time.
got this Tiamat dragon crown too. Like, I forgot I had that. That looks kind of nice. I kind of want to put it on. It's probably not a good time to do that here. It's probably cursed.
I forget, we identified the crown, and it was not magical.
Yeah, there's nothing magical about it.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
you can
right.
put it on if you want to.
It,
You put it
Miris,
on over your hat.
Miris got me with the any crown we found, it's cursed. Yeah. Oh yeah, I always forgot. I was gonna have a picture of my hat here. Okay, yeah. Whenever we're ready, Orion is on pins and needles about going to see Sylvira.
I feel like
She-
it's also worth pointing out that Rosie will try and get there without Orion, but probably fail. just because Orion's Orion and
Hey, Rosie, where are you going? We're going to see Silvira. You want to come?
yes.
Yeah, it's this way. Yeah, let's go. Does she have a noble title at all?
Silvira, Archmage.
Archmage? Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's go see her.
Orion,
Mm-hmm. Yes?
I don't want you to be offended by this question, but how is she going to react to seeing you?
Oh, I'm sure she'll be happy to see me.
How's she really gonna feel?
Probably surprised,
Uh-huh.
but I'm sure she'll warm up.
How did you all leave things?
Oh, well, she actually sent me to, was it Baldur's Gate? I'm sorry, I can never remember where we were at. Or
Yes, Baldur's
yeah,
Gate.
Yeah, she
She's
sent
the
you
one
to
who's-
Baldur's Gate.
she's the one who sent me to Baldur's Gate to investigate the disappearance of El Turel. You don't think she sent me away to get me out of her hair?
No. I would never
I do.
assume such a thing.
I
I just want to know if if her seeing you if she'll be so surprised it could be unhelpful. That's all.
well, now you've got me thinking she didn't send me there hoping I'd never come back. No,
No, of course not.
She'd never do that.
I
you recall,
doubt she
she
would
did-
want ill to befall you. I'm
If
just
you recall, she did use a spell of sending to talk to you, Orion, to ask how things were.
Oh,
and you said
yeah,
that you were
yeah.
on your way.
It's like, well, she did do a sending, and I told her
Okay.
we were on our way, so she shouldn't be
Well, how
that
about
surprised.
this? How about this, Orion? Let's let Rosie talk first.
What is she? Well, I don't know. She knows me, so maybe I should be the friends to say hello. Plus, I think I think Mia's a little nervous.
Lead the way, friend. I shake my head. I look at Rosie. I'm like, I'm trying.
She just shrugs at you like, yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Of course, she loves me.
Of course. Who wouldn't? Let's go.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so you guys are all heading to Silvira's tower.
Mia's just like,
Cut off
You muffled
there
out
at
near the end there.
I heard Mia's just like,
she's just like messing with her hand.
She's nervous.
it's very sweet.
Okay. The walls of this circular tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with eldritch volumes stand between the windows, while tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemical equipment, and other clutter. Engraved into the floor of the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling dressed in wizardly robes stands by one of the windows, caught in a fugue of intense contemplation. Perched in the corner of a table nearby is a spindly little demon with warty green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns, and a whip-like tail. The tiefling turns to you and says, "Oh, my little Hellion, you've returned!"
I'm gonna kneel and say, "Your Eminence," and then pop back up and say, "You won't believe what happened. I've got so much to tell you." But first, puzzle box, infernal puzzle box. We brought the infernal puzzle box. Thought you would like to take a look at it.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Mia is deliberately
Mia is deliberately what?
at the very back of the group, kind of like hiding behind us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Because I was about to introduce you. I can't see you though. It's like, yeah, Rosie has the puzzle box, right?
I do.
Oh, yes, and these are my companions, Archimedes, Rosamira, Anon, and Eyes, and there she is, Mia. Mia really wants to meet you.
Mia's gonna kind of do that like little wave.
She'll wave back. And then wave you all into her chamber.
While we're going in, I'm gonna be next to Anon. I'm gonna be kind of like skipping and almost like childlike glee and say, "See, Anon, I told you it'd be fine. When have I ever led you wrong?"
Never, friend. Other than
Orion,
that time in the market.
Roll deception.
I mean, wasn't there that thing the other day in the middle of Baldur's Gate?
Oh, yeah,
the
that was
the
so
market
much-
misunderstanding. Yeah,
That was so much fun. I can't wait for Anon to bring me along on another one.
it's gonna happen someday.
Orion, once you get more comfortable inside of the chamber, Jezebel, her little closet familiar, comes running up to you, scurries up your shoulder, kicks off your hat, and sits on your head.
Hey, that's my new hat. You know, that's not. Here, get off. I'm gonna smack it and then put my hat back on. I assume that this is our regular shtick. Like he normally does this, right?
Yeah, she normally just wants to sit on your head.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up my hat and put it back on, except I guess it's on the Quaset's head this time. She's sitting on my head.
She'll pop up the brim and she's got her head peeking out.
All right. How big is a Quaset?
About the size of a cat.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, I'm like, wow, that may be pretty big to be on my head.
I lean to
Okay.
Whoever's closest to me, probably either Anon or Archimedes, and be like, seems like it's an improvement. A little more brains up there.
How rude.
How rude.
Anyways, I turn to Silvera, and I've been told you are an expert at things infernal, and we found an item that we could use opened, and these lot were too afraid to let me tinker with it, so here we are.
Yeah, show it. It's the Infernal Puzzle Box.
I just reach into the bag of holding and produce the infernal puzzle box.
Awesome. Yeah, she'll snatch it from you. She's like super into it. Once she has it in hand, she's like looking it over, kind of like checking little runes on it and all of that, and she's like, "Oh,
Gave it.
oh yeah, I know exactly how to get this open."
See, I told you.
She'll look over at Orion and snap her fingers, and she's like, Jesse, come on, we need to do work. And then Jezebel just goes, and then crawls out from Orion's hat.
All right, hat's going back on my head. My hat has a ostentatious feather in it, by the way. It's quite large for me.
Sounds good to me. She'll go over to Jezebel to fetch a flask. Inside of the flask is some unknown dark liquid. Jezebel hands it to Silvera, and she kind of like examines all of the corners and then finds a specific one she likes, and then pours the liquid into it, and the liquid flows into the etchings of the box, flowing, and then eventually all of it is kind of filled.
I am paying extremely close attention to what she's doing to try and understand as best I can to what she's doing.
Sure. Make a Arcana check to see if you can kind of keep up with what she's doing exactly.
Yeah, can I be watching too?
What's with these 11s today? It's another 11.
Yeah, can I be watching too while they're doing it?
Okay. Yeah, you can do it too.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, I lost that one.
That's why you roll into a box box. Like
I did, and it bounced off the side. Okay, 15 total.
Okay. You've seen her do it a bunch of times, but this is like her thing. So, even as you watch it, there's like a point where you're just kind of like, how did she, wait, how is that happening? And then at one point she puts it onto the table and she opens up her hands. You're assuming she uses Mage Hand as well as some sort of incantation alongside of it. And the box begins to float. A bunch of strange runes begin to surround it. And the box pops open and a contract comes out.
Ooh.
Are the infernal contracts something where, like, if you read it, you're bound to it, or is it just
Signature
nope, right?
required.
Okay.
This is just a
Rosie
copy
assumes.
of the contract. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. She popped it open, and there it is.
Oh, that little imp thing.
That's Jazzy. That's what likes to sit on Orion's head.
No.
Mia's gonna
He's kind of ugly looking.
Mia's
cute.
gonna read it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you all look in your, where are the handouts? Here are the handouts. You should all be able to see the contract.
Should one of us read it for the stream, or can the stream see it?
I'm putting it up on the. Ooh, that might be too much.
Be it known to all that I, Fabius Krieg, High Overseer of Ethereal, have sworn to my master Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep this agreement contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures, living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insidiator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of Elturel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. And all this is my everlasting pledge.
Huh.
Wait,
Well,
does that mean the 50 years were up? And that's why Elturel's gone?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I read it.
Seemed that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Severa's nodding. She's like, that's what it sounds like.
So-
She said that she's been suspicious of Krieg ever since she had met him, which is a long time ago.
So I guess thinking back to any sort of just history lessons or whatever, would, considering that Baldur's Gate and Elturel have had a long-standing conflict, do I remember anything that would like match up with that time frame of like a city just becoming a thing? Or was it always there?
No, since you're from Baldur's Gate, you know very well of, especially being of noblehood, you definitely know of Elturel and Baldur's Gate. They've had a very long-standing conflict. They're the two closest, like the closest city to Baldur's Gate is Elturel. But with Baldur's Gate kind of being a cesspool of, you know, thieves compared to the holy city of Elturel, you guys have never gotten along. As far
But
as yeah.
What did Krieg get out of this?
Well, long ago, Elturel was, they were overtaken by an undead scourge.
Okay.
And then, all of a sudden, the companion showed up, and Krieg was, titled a hero.
Oh, so would that have been... I'm probably pretty familiar with a lot of this history, right? As well? Maybe.
You know a little bit about it, but the person who probably knows the most about it is probably Rosie, being from Baldur's Gate.
I guess I studied more hell and stuff. Okay.
So she liberated them from the undead hordes?
Well, Krieg claims to have. The companion is
Right.
basically like this giant artificial sun that keeps undead at bay.
Right. Kind of undead Death Star, sort of. Okay.
Oh.
So just based on my knowledge of the history of the city and it from my studies, and based on this contract, it sounds like he made a deal with this devil to create a safe zone of protection from undead. And then the time came that it was up, and she pulled the whole city into the wherever abyss, in hell of some sort.
Well, her level is the closest to Earth, right?
No, hers is
What's
just
this?
simply called the first layer.
Earth, you
Right,
speak.
the first.
hell.
Well, you know, us here.
The material
Toril.
plane.
Yeah. Well, doesn't she? Yeah. Okay. But isn't she at the top level of wherever she is?
I mean,
Yeah, she's the ruler of Avernus,
Yeah.
which is the first layer of hell. But she's not like the big. She's not like the leader of hell. That would be Asmodeus.
All right. Right.
That small fry.
But Silvira definitely nods at everything kind of Rosie's explaining. And she said that she was suspicious of something known as the Creed Resolute, which is basically if you were a citizen of El Terrell, you have to swear an oath and sign a book which binds you to protect the nation of Eltergard, which El Terrell is a part of.
Let's see.
Or rather, that like El Terrell's like the capital of Eltergard.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you
Nice.
become a citizen, you sign yourself to the book, and according to the contract, it seems that anyone that signed that book might have signed away their soul.
that makes me wonder about that Hellrider we found. Seems like not everyone that belonged to the city was consumed, and merely those that were in it at the time.
Severa explains that even though, basically, when the city went down, anyone within the city, whether or not they signed the contract or not, would have gone down with it. However, anyone that signed that book, whether or not they were in El Terrell or not, their souls are damned.
Sure.
So this Hellraiser that you speak of, once she dies, she becomes a Lemur like everyone else.
I see.
Doom souls. It's funny
Poor
business
girl.
to be playing around with other people's souls, let alone your own. Rosie gets like a real
Yeah.
like scowl look on her face at the idea of people playing around with other people's souls and future and such.
Hmm.
He wanted a
So-
fast, short-term fix. Makes sense.
Well, Silvira, is this what you wanted me to find in Baldur's Gate? Seems like all the other stuff we found was, I don't know, kind of
She's-
irrelevant now.
Well, she smiles and said, "Well, this is certainly something huge. You were simply sent to go to Baldur's Gate to see if you can find anything that happened to El Terrell, and you found it."
Yeah, we found this. We found Creed too. He's how we got the puzzle.
Currently under the watch of the Flaming Fist and is imprisoned.
She gives a nod and she's like, "Yeah, I figured the coward probably left his city to fall without him." Surprised he's alive, though.
Well,
Not under his own volition. He tried to kill himself,
we need
like a coward.
answers before we need punishment. If this was something that could or is going to happen to Baldur's Gate, we need to know these things before making Krieg pay for his crimes.
Do you think that the Duke made the same contract?
Mm,
Or a similar like what would make you think this could happen to Baldur's Gate?
Well, just with what we've saw dealing with the Duke Van Thampier and her connections with Zariel, it definitely has me concerned that something might happen.
But
What
if she turns herself into a little demon thing at Archimedes' halberd, doesn't that, I don't know,
I wouldn't
like
put it past
terminate the
a
contract?
demon of one of the Nine Hells to be able to circumvent said situations or pull a soul from the River of Styx. As they...
Okay.
These are just speculations based on just
Well, I have a
my
question.
vague knowledge.
What about all those undead? If the companion's gone, that means the undead can come back, right?
Well, there's
And
nothing
what-
to attack because the city's gone.
Oh well, I mean, what if they wanted to come to Baldur's Gate? Where are the undead from? Did we know? I can't remember if we knew.
Eltergard was taken over by my specific memory is fuzzy, and I have to
Okay.
check the exact page, but I believe it was taken over by like either a lich or a vampire lord. Some very powerful undead that took over the city.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily like Krieg just like did this to go, oh look, I'm a savior. Like he legitimately did good by
Okay.
by
So like
saving,
the undead are not a threat. Like it's not like once.
Like the border
Yeah.
of the
Gone.
companion is not just being assaulted by undead hordes constantly.
No.
That
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be a
Okay,
completely
okay.
different game.
Well, that was my concern. That was my concern. And there was this giant wall, and anyway.
Okay. At this point, Severa will ask the lot of you for kind of an explanation. I'm assuming you guys just give her
Yeah.
the straight truth. Is there anything you guys want to keep from her?
No.
That's a good- I feel like
Orion.
even if we wanted to, Orion would have spilt all of the beans.
Yes. And my backup can of beans too. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the second you guys brought up that shield of the Hidden Lord, she definitely, her eyes kind of like widen and she goes, do you have this shield with you?
Yeah, we got attacked on the road here because we had it. What was
Really?
Yeah, what was his name?
Cadris?
Kedris. Yeah, it's like some guy posing as a farmer named Cadris. Or he was a devil? Or was he something specific?
A
Yeah, he's a-
Cambion.
Cambion, so
Cambion.
half fiend.
Okay, so yeah, he's a Cambion. He recognized his shield and he attacked us.
Ah. She
Still got teeth marks in my rear end.
she asked to see
You're
the
welcome.
shield just for verification.
Eyes?
I guess that's up to Eyes if he wants to let her see it.
Yeah, Eyes kind of like looks around the room and he pulls out the shield and he hands it over to her. As he's trying to hand it to her, her hands go up and she's like, no, I just need to observe it. I do not wish to touch it.
Great.
And then he kind of looked at her in a confused manner, and then he just kind of holds it up for her to inspect, and she goes, oh, what would you like to know about this shield? Would you like to know a lot of it?
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
I'd be interested to see
Um,
if you can tell me more than I've already learned from it.
I certainly could.
Does it
What
talk to
has
any
the
of you?
shield? What has the shield told you?
I don't actually know because I wasn't here that game.
It didn't tell us. It didn't tell Orion much. Except it's the Hidden Lord, but and that he could protect you. But he talked to mostly Eyes. So yeah.
He doesn't
But I
like
don't
being in extra dimensional spaces apparently.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense. This shield is a symbol of good's triumph over evil. Gazing at such beauty, one can easily overlook the terrible force bound within it. Gargoth, your hidden lord, I believe that's his name, although he calls himself Hidden Lord. That's supposed to be theatrical or for anyone to not realize what his name is. At this point, you can make a religion check. Actually, everybody in the room can make a religion check that has proficiency.
Mm,
Can I get a spelling on that name?
Yeah, I can type it in the chat here.
Got a 17.
Oh yeah, see that big ol' 17 right there.
ooh, nice. I'm not trained in religion, but
Gotcha. Oh, and not only rolled an 8. Okay.
I'm only trained in religions that are supposed to heal people.
the good ones.
The good ones.
All right. Mia, you know that Gargoth was known as kind of like a demigod of corruption.
He was a demigod of corruption.
Dang.
Silvira smiles at your knowledge, and she's like, "Well, there's a little more to it than that, but that's what people generally know him for."
What does that even mean?
What's the little more to it than that?
Specifically, he was a pit fiend that was sent by Osmodeus to corrupt mortals in the material plane. And he ended up amassing a following to rival that of gods. The more worshippers he had gained, the more powerful he had become. So, in a sense, he did become some sort of a demigod.
Wow. So how do you end up in a shield?
You'd have to ask him. At this point, all of you, including Silvira, hear a whisper in your head that says, "The bitch lies."
I doubt that.
Is that coming? Do I recognize that as the voice of the shield, or?
Mm-hmm.
Did we determine if the shield was cursed? We did, didn't we?
No, don't think so.
No.
Silvira's like, well, in a sense it is. The shield
You said
has
it was
power.
a symbol of good triumphs over evil. What do you
It
mean?
originally was. However, Gargoth's power seeps through it. This once was a beautiful shield with angelic scripture and designs on it, and it's been warped into this hideous demonic face.
Ah.
The shield has the power to corrupt everything around it if given enough time. There was word about some secret organization that had kept it around for years. I'm assuming it was in Baldur's Gate, since that's where you all have found it.
And we found it with the Duke, who was rousing the dead 3 cultists into trying to usurp power in Baldur's Gate.
Can I ask you why a devil would want it?
Well, Gargoth is a pit fiend. I'm sure he has alliances as well as enemies within the Nine Hells.
How do we destroy it?
That's well beyond even my power.
We can't. I know where we need to bring.
Really?
So, you know what? You cut out.
I know where we need to bring it.
Where would that be?
That's hard to explain. I'm not actually sure.
Well, location is usually a great start.
I'm gonna look at Silvira and say, shouldn't we be careful with this kind of shield? If it's got the power of a pit fiend of corruption.
I would recommend simply putting it into an extra dimensional space.
Bag of holding.
At this point, the shield speaks up to everybody, but you're assuming Silvira because she doesn't react as you all hear, "No, no, I can assist you. In Avernus, bring me. Bring me, I will be your guide."
Hey Mia, did it want to take you to do you think we should take it to Avernus? Wait a minute.
That's where I need to go
Why?
to find out my truth.
Silvira, one doesn't just go to Avernus.
One does not simply.
Yes, I knew that mean.
What did the shield say?
He wanted us to take it to Avernus, and it could help us, or help protect us.
Said it could be our guide as well.
I wonder, well, why does he wish to go to Avernus would be my question specifically.
That's what I was wondering. Why do you want to go to Avernus?
That is where your city sits, this El Terrell.
There's a potential way to bring a city back from Avernus?
Break the chains that bind it.
What chains bind it?
The chains of Zariel and the contract.
So kill her?
That's one way. There are many ways.
yeah.
Oh, this is starting to get more complicated than I wanted it to be.
Anon turns to Rosie. Rosie, didn't we solve the mystery and do what we were paid to do?
We did. So in theory, we don't have to do any of this. But
So, what's next for us?
You
Really,
guys
truly
don't.
going to hell?
I
Oh.
am.
I mean,
That would be really interesting.
my
Silvira's been there several
concern
times.
is based
Constructive.
on as much as I care little about El Terrell, my concern is that if Duke Van Thampier was dealing with the same devil as Krieg was, then there is a possibility of this happening to my city. As skeezy as it may be, I would like to prevent it and keep my
Well-
city in one piece.
Did the Duke have a contract that we ever found?
No. Now that you found.
Is her signature on the contract this contract at all?
Nope, it's only Krieg.
Where did we get this box from again? Was this from the weird brother in the second floor?
Yeah, he had it in his.
Why did he
chest.
have this? I say out
Who are you
loud.
asking? I was gonna say
The room. Yeah, like what? Like, wouldn't Krieg want to secure his own contract? I don't know anything about this stuff at all. So, but it just seems strange that someone else would be
I mean, it seemed like they were
keeping the
dealing
contract.
together. In
But
some
why would that
way.
mean you give the contract? They must have held something over him?
Or he
like-
gave it to them for safekeeping in case. So
Okay.
someone wouldn't find it on his person.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's just theories, though.
Can people mess with the contract once it's sealed? I
It's
asked
risky.
Silvira.
But it's risky, but there are ways.
Could he have maybe appealed to the Van Dampiers to do something on his behalf?
I
Of the
doubt it,
contract?
because the Van Tampiers were worshipping.
Right, which is maybe why he thought they could appeal to her to.
You guys found. So, sorry,
Stop
out of
it.
character a little bit, just for clarification on a game I missed. Krieg was being held prisoner by the Van Thampiers?
Unclear.
No,
Archimedes
he
and
tried to
I-
pretend- He was
Yeah.
pretending that he was. He was there willingly.
Gotcha.
It became very obvious to us when he was like, "They're holding me prisoner," that he was.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I was aware.
Archimedes and I found him freely walking around a room with a bunch of money and a shield.
Sure. What about you, Anna? Gargle... I don't even know how to pronounce this.
Gargoth.
Gargoth. What do you know
I like
about...
Gargle though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I call him. Gargle.
What do you know about the various Krieg and... oh, shit. I feel like I should know the Duke's first name, but...
Thamara.
Yeah. I'll use her full name when asking, like, if he knows anything about the two of them. And why they might be meeting.
They asked me to do the same to Baldur's Gate.
They asked you?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They were
I do
going to
not
sign a
have that.
contract with you.
They thought they could, but they cannot.
Why not?
He's not a lord.
I also have no plane to send Baldur's Gate to.
I suppose as a sentient magic item, your soul is kind of trapped in there.
Do you know if she signed a contract with Fairna? Not Fairna. The other one.
Zariel.
Yeah.
I would presume so. She made a shrine. She made a cult.
To Avernus we go.
I mean, if not to protect my own city, I will accompany.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't miss this. I want to go to Avernus. Think of all the cool stuff I've been studying about.
Look to Sylvia and be like, "Are you sure you don't need him? We could probably manage without him."
Well, what do you feel about all this, Orion?
Oh, it's kind of disturbing that they were trying to do what to Baldur's Gate, what they did to El Turel, but at least they couldn't do it. So,
They did
Problem
sign a
solved?
contract.
oh, they did sign the contract.
But what was the Duke seeking? Just help in taking over the city?
Probably the ability to be able to. Why do you think that the current Duke of the city was in El Turel when it fell?
The Duke wasn't. The leader of the Flaming Fist was, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I-
the Grand Duke. Yeah, he was
The
also the
Grand-
leader of
Oh,
the
I was
sure.
close to
Yeah.
And I'm
So-
sorry.
So
I
does
see.
that mean? So I guess Baldur's Gate's gonna disappear 50 years.
depending how long ago the contract was made.
Yeah, Sylvira shrugs. She goes, "It could be taken any moment, to be honest with you. This contract specifically was for 50 years of protection. If the Duke had enough power to sign a contract like this, she could have just said, 'I just want it gone now.'"
Well, then she'd be Duke over nothing.
Yeah, I think she was trying to get herself into power, but regardless of any deal she potentially made, if one was made, it doesn't allow for a lot of safety for Baldur's Gate.
So how could we realistically invalidate this contract so Baldur's Gate doesn't disappear?
Kill her.
Is that the only way?
Offer
That-
something
that-
better than Baldur's Gate?
I don't know if killing her would stop it.
It would.
I mean,
They have her soul, don't they?
think about it this
So, like-
way. If you make a deal to pay me 50 gold, but you die, then who's going to pay me 50 gold?
No, I'm talking about fucking Ziarna.
Exactly. If we kill the person that the contract is made with for power, then there's no one to uphold the payment
other end.
end of the deal. killing the Duke makes no difference. The debt will still be collected if there is one to
Exactly.
be collected.
We need to kill the collector.
Yep.
We need to find her contract, don't we?
Or yes, just figure out how to destroy the contracts.
That might be a little easier,
Breaking
I would
the
think.
What's
We need to
killing
talk to her. We need to talk to her living son.
And
He's got to know where she keeps it.
I highly doubt anyone knows where she kept it.
If she even had one.
If she,
I mean,
yeah.
yes,
even
and
if
again,
she-
this is a lot of hypotheticals, so
Well, Gargle
Um,
thought that she did sign a contract.
he thinks that she made a deal, not necessarily signed a contract.
Are deals differently binding than contracts?
Just as binding, just not as in writing.
So then what's... So fundamentally, there's no difference between a deal and a contract.
Okay.
Is that true? Why would you ever sign your name then?
Well, this was quite a deal, which probably required a contract. Because not only was he turning over his soul, he was turning over the soul to anyone who claimed their
Okay.
leadership to El Terrell.
Who writes the contract? The devil herself? Or some bureaucrat?
Yes. Assuming something this important, it definitely would have been Zariel.
I honestly think it's easier just to go to hell and kill her. I'm
think
going to hell
You're
either
go
way.
to hell and kill a devil.
That
I'm
doesn't
traveling
sound.
to hell no matter what, so.
That
I'll
sounds
have fun with it.
awesome. Let's do it.
Sylvia also says, I keep calling her Sylvia because everyone else is now. Sylvira also mentions, like, just because El Terrell is currently in hell and those souls are bound, those souls don't become devils until they're dead. So there may be a way to save El Terrell and those who have not perished.
Oh, like bring them through a portal. Hmm. Hey, do you guys remember me telling you about my research on transubstantiation through extraplanar portals?
No.
Well, my research project is still probably. Sylvira said she would keep it up in the feast hall, so maybe we should go take a look at it. This might be the perfect opportunity.
So, Lyra, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What do you know about Frana?
I know plenty. We have time to discuss all of this. In fact, you all have plenty of time to rest. You all look... Pardon, but you all look dreadful. I'm assuming you've traveled through that storm that passed.
Meh. Water and me don't get along very well.
But I gotta go check on my research project. You didn't take it down, Sylvira, did you? You promised.
No, it's still up in your study. As she, like, points over to a door.
Oh, well, I meant the one on the feast table. You remember we talked about it? You know, the big one?
I've moved it to your study.
Oh, okay.
I try to keep it as intact as I could.
Okay, I know. I understand. Okay. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta check on something. I'm gonna run and go check on it.
As you're running away, Jezebel chases after you.
So where can I go to do research?
On what? Pray tell.
I'm looking for enchantments of types for stuff to help with mobility.
She'll pull out a piece of paper and a quill, and she'll write something down. She goes, just head over to this wing. You should be able to find more enough information. She gives you a piece of paper with the name of a wing and basically how to find the information that you need.
Ooh, this is a perfect opportunity for me to run back in. Guys, it's still up, so Vero moved it. You've got to come see this.
I'm interested in checking it out, Orion. But first, I'm going to ask her about the Zariel research that I want to do, so that I can better pretend to be Zariel cultist. I'd give her a little bit of my backstory, who I am, what I do.
Ah, that makes even more sense. She'll look up at her wide array of books and tomes, and she mage hands about 3 of them down and places them in a stack, and then points over to them. That's the information that you'll need.
Cheers, thank you.
Oh, looks like we all have some research to do.
But then I'll go with Orion to see like whatever horrible Frankenstein monster or whatever he's making is.
Oh no, but I'm gonna actually kind of push and drag some of the others to come to see it as well. Eyes and Mia.
Rosie resists.
I'm
but will
staying
probably.
down here because I want to talk to Sylvia.
Fine, I'll take Eyes and Anon up there. There.
I say to you, like, Orion, I think Mia's got some pretty real business here. So that maybe we shouldn't be a part of. So take us.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Rosie, are you
Yeah.
coming?
I suppose I can
Anonson
look
thinks
at
Mia
it.
needs to be alone.
Good.
Yeah,
I look at Mia, I'm like, I'm right?
Mia just kind of like looks down at the table.
I hope it goes well. And I turn and leave with Orion.
My question is, what is Archimedes doing?
Oh yeah, I have one Archimedes come along too, but I can't reach him.
Archimedes is ready to go straight to hell right now. However,
those wings, man, those wings are going.
Yeah, you've got your wind tunnel going on again.
oh yes, he's just gonna kind of walk around the keep and just kind of explore a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't you want to see Orion's fabulous invention, or his?
I don't know. Is it gonna kill us?
No.
Like, give me a percentage.
Well, I've worked on this for months and it hasn't killed me yet, and I'm fine.
That's impressive.
I'll give it 80% chance. And I don't know.
Of death?
We're trying to, at least.
That's fine.
All right, let's see it.
Okay. I'm gonna bring you guys up to my study, and there's a big table that's taking up way too much room, and on it is this giant Rube Goldberg machine of beakers and gears and all kinds of wires and stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever played Chutes and Marbles or something. It's where you put marbles in the top and they go down all these chutes and ladders and hit spinning wheels and turbines and stuff. It's like that, except with beakers and potions. I'm saying, what's this? I'm gonna put a marble in the top, and it goes down, starts hitting through, hits some flywheels, tips some beakers into some other beakers, combines some potions. We're about halfway down. One of the beakers tips over, and it misses its target and spills on the other stuff, and it starts to smoke. I'm like, oh, no, wait, that's not supposed to happen. And I'm gonna be scrambling around for beakers and trays to put underneath to catch the liquid as it things start falling to pieces. The smoking turns out it's something like hydrochloric acid and starts melting pieces, and they start falling off. The bottom half of the thing just kind of falls apart into a pile in a smoking heap. And I'm like, that
That's
was
supposed
I
to happen.
think it's broken.
wasn't supposed to happen.
What
I
was
did-
supposed to happen, Orion?
Shocking!
Well, there was a lot of things, but I mean, good news is it didn't blow up.
Rosie will
That
just
can't-
like point at
that
a
can
few
happen.
points and be like, if you moved this here, that over there, and changed how this functioned just
Oh.
a little bit,
Yes.
it
Yes.
would actually work perfectly for what I think you're trying to do with it, but I'm not sure why.
Yes, I'm gonna start.
And she'll
making-
actually start like just out of like habit of tinkering with things, because this is probably the most ridiculous thing she's seen anyone try and put together. She'll just like actually start like tinkering and like moving things into an order that she believes is gonna work. At least
Okay.
it'll probably work better than whatever just the hell happened.
Is this the part of the movie where there's a montage where you guys like suddenly realize you have shared interests and come together?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
Just like
I look at Archimedes and say like, we should leave.
it's almost like she's still like
Getting a little creeped out here.
kind of
This is
half
like parallel
ignoring.
play Legos or something. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Like it's almost like she's still half ignoring Orion, but like communicating with him enough to like fix whatever this thing is, because
This is getting a little weird.
it's the craziest tinkering device she's probably seen ever, and that's what
So-
caught her interest.
So Archimedes, the monk outside told me about a pub. Wanna?
Lead the way.
Okay.
Awesome. Orion's very excited about this.
And I think for reasons we're on a quick break apparently.
Oh, okay.
Jake's AFK, so
Okay.
we just lost.
Not anymore.
Well, we just lost Lily, so
We lost who?
Mia.
Oh, Lily? No, she's gonna go outside to smoke. She's on Discord.
I am
Okay.
fixing Orion's broken Rube Goldberg device.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
cut smatterings of that. That's pretty cute.
It went horribly wrong.
Yeah. And we bonded over fixing it. So, with a montage.
Orion probably thinks they bonded a lot more than they actually did.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a very like a one-sided like there's a 5% from Rosie and then like a 250% from Orion, which
Sounds about right.
is about on par for their relationship at the moment. But
Right. Ugh. Okay. How long do you guys spend fixing that thing up? Just until it's fixed?
Probably a couple hours.
Yeah, like way too late into the night, probably, or until it works properly. So
Cool.
All right. Fair enough. Archimedes. Oh no, unless Peter's not back yet.
he just typed
It's
that. So
here.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, he just typed it, so he's probably gone. Yeah, he goes wandering off. Anon, what are you doing while all this is kind of going on?
They were going to a pub. And
Oh, I just read it down here, yeah. Okay, so they're at the bar. He's reading, he's drinking. Well, I wanted cool stuff to happen at the bar, but nobody's here that's at the bar. Damn it.
I could probably go there after like, fix this stupid machine.
Right.
Stupid
Well, what I
to
was going to have
fascinating.
happen kind of needs to happen once one of the two gets back here,
Sure.
or preferably both.
Right.
And then Mia has her conversation with Silvera as well.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say while everyone's either helping with the Orion's little mechanism or they're traveling around, yeah, now's a perfect opportunity to have your conversation with Silvera.
I'm just gonna kind of like stay sitting at the table and ask her what she knows about Frey.
Is this gonna make us all cry like your last real conversation?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna cry this time again or not.
Okay. She says, "Well, I've never dealt with her personally. She is one of the 2 rulers of the 4th layer of hell. I'm probably gonna butcher the way you're supposed to pronounce this. This is Jake talking, not Silvira. Phlegethos?
Mia's nodding because she knows all of this already.
Okay. The 2 rulers, Fiona and Belial, they rule in tandem. People often consider them relatives of some sort, like mother and son. Some say daughter and father. Some say wife and husband. Some say ruler and consort. Basically, they live consistently, both in alliance and in competition of each other. So they're complicated. Fiona is known for her manipulation and seduction, and basically she can talk her way out of just about anything. Whereas Belial is he's a perfect politician. He's kind of like Batman also in the sense of he's got like a contingency upon a contingency upon a contingency. So basically they constantly try to outdo each other, but they can't seem to ever do it completely. And the funny thing too is as soon as like an outside force comes in to try to take over, they both like side together and take out whatever the external force is. So they kind of have this interesting love-hate relationship with each other.
Were your parents both tieflings?
She kind of gives you a weird look and she's like, "Of course."
Mia's gonna like nod and look back down at the table and like mess with her fingers.
At this point, Silvira's intrigued and she like pulls out a paper and a quill and dips it in ink and she goes, "I feel like you have an interesting story to tell."
I'm the only one in all of my family.
And she starts writing down some notes, just kind of highlights of what you've already asked and this whole, just a couple of details. She says, "I don't mean to be frank, but has your father or mother communed with Fiona?"
I don't know. They pretty much locked me away as soon as I realized I couldn't be the perfect little human.
Do you have other siblings?
Yeah, I have a few.
And you're the only tiefling in your family, as far as you know.
Yeah. And all of my family.
What does this have to do with Fiona?
We're from her. According to her, I'm from her. She won't give me answers until I make it to.
Have you signed a contract with Fiona, if I may be frank?
Did I sign a contract with Fiona?
Technically, you did.
Yeah.
What did this contract consist of? Your contract consisted of, basically she would give you power, and you would basically do her bidding, and in return, she will give you the answers that you seek.
I'm gonna tell her all of that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't really have any follow-up with that. She's like, "It sounds like you need to be in contact with Fiona in order to figure this out. It sounds like, unfortunately, you've sold your soul for the possibility of answers."
I'm just gonna nod.
Okay. Silvira will notice you're going through a lot right now, and she'll put her hand on your shoulder.
I should go. And I'm gonna get up and head to the...
Okay. So I'm assuming Archimedes and Anon, you two are the first to actually enter the bar.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The pub has a low ceiling supported by massive wooden crossbeams and narrow shuttered windows. A large fire pit in the middle of the room is surrounded by a half dozen tables and matching benches. It's a relatively decent-sized pub. It's mostly monks inside of here, so dudes in purple robes and all of that. The one person in this room that stands out among the rest is an ogre wearing a headband, sitting at a table in the back with a bunch of books piled up on the table, and he apparently has one cracked and reading.
An ogre.
An ogre. He's towering over this table, and it looks like they have like an armchair made specifically for him, or they just happen to find one that will fit his frame.
I motion over there to Archimedes. I'm like, is that an ogre? With a headband? Does he look like he's ready for like a race or jazzercise or something, or what? What kind of headband?
Looks like
Like a Ninja Turtle?
yeah, he's got it over his eyes. No, he's no, it's like a metal headband.
Oh. So it's not for working out.
No.
Okay.
How close are you to him?
How much have we drank?
You guys haven't drank yet. This is the first thing you see when you walk in.
Oh.
Peter and I have been having a conversation.
We were already having a conversation.
Oh,
As
that's
if
the
we were
first thing you
drinking.
noticed before the conversation. So.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
He doesn't seem like he seems friendly.
for an ogre.
He seems to have his nose in a book, which is something you thought you'd never see an ogre do.
What kind of book?
Didn't know they could read.
Yes, what kind of book it is?
I did, but I'm not there, so.
Oh. I'll try to take a peek at what he's reading.
Okay. You're trying to be like discreet about it or something?
Totally.
Oh, okay. Make a deception check. Okay, yeah, you're more than discreet. The book is titled The Sum of Theology by Saint Vithira.
Is that a saint that I would know? Is she one of the good ones?
Make a religion check.
What the fuck is happening right now?
He's reading like a religious text.
What?
With a 16, yeah, you know of this lady. She was a servant of Agama, which is the god of knowledge.
Okay.
So he's reading some, like, heavy shit.
Like he's basically reading philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking weird.
Archimedes, this is the smartest ogre I've ever seen. And granted, I've only seen two others. Get us killed?
Yeah, you're gonna piss him off.
I don't think an ogre that reads philosophy is dangerous.
Okay. If you say so.
But look, man, if you just want to go to the bar, I'm cool with that. I mean, he's just reading nerd stuff.
You wanna talk to him?
Mm. Honest to God, I don't need to.
Alright.
I got these other books to read, and I was hoping you'd help me comb through some stuff.
The
So-
ogre is still reading his book without even looking
Man.
up. Just says, "I can hear you from over here, you know."
You're reading interesting literature, friend.
Indeed, it's quite a read.
What's so exceptional about it?
Well, Saint Vithira, she's a master of theology. Excellent theories, very sound. But after all, it is theology, so there's always discrepancies.
I don't know what that is.
You want to learn a thing or two, Archimedes, or just drink?
I want to drink.
Good show spot.
Give me the most interesting thing you've read today, sir.
He spouts an interesting, therefore very boring and very dense fact.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I thought you were already drinking, Archimedes. I'm sorry. I thought you'd already left to the bar.
I was trying to be polite, but then I was just like, ugh.
Well, what you're reading is beyond me. I'll attend to my own books. I nod and sit next to Archimedes at the bar.
Are you literate, my good friend?
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to you.
Of course I'm literate.
Well, it's not beyond your comprehension, then.
Well, I mean, based on what you just said, the most interesting thing you read was today. I didn't really understand that.
Very well. He kind of like looks you up and down and goes, "Well, you're not a monk. Who are you?"
Honestly, just a traveler here to meet with one of the archmages.
Important business, I presume.
Very important. And you'll forgive me, but business for which I cannot discuss and must be discreet.
By all means. I'm surrounded by monks. I know what discretion is.
By the way, how did you get here? He doesn't look like a monk, right, Jake?
No.
Okay. Like, you're... Like, what? You'll forgive me if I say that a half-elf, say, is less...
You're an ogre.
Yeah, like my friend...
I'm an ogre!
Yeah.
Right. And my friend would add, of course, that that's unusual and interesting. So how are you here?
Well, you see, a few years ago, I was very similar to my brethren. Brutish and
Brethren like
cruel.
monks? Or ogres?
Brethren like ogres. Brutish
Got
and
it.
cruel.
I didn't think you referred to yourselves as brethren, but okay.
While I was hunting, I had came across a halfling adventurer wearing this, and he points at the headband he is currently wearing. I had killed the puny runt for it.
Oh.
I had put it on, and I had somehow been able to attune myself to it. I then gained this power, this level of intelligence. It was terrifying, but intriguing. I then decided to adopt the name Little One, to honor the poor halfling who I had killed for this gift.
Huh.
I decided to try to seek out a better life, and I'd been shunned from every facet of society that I could try to find myself within, until I eventually came to Candlekeep, and, well, here I am. The monks love me. The monks, give me book recommendations, as you can see, and I read, and this is where I spend my days.
And you just fill your brain. That's awesome. But what can you do with it here in Candlekeep? So you learn as much as you can, then what?
I suppose I shall teach.
Teach ogres?
Oh, teach who's willing to listen.
Okay. Well, good luck to you, sir. Your story is fascinating.
Very well. You are?
I'm sorry?
He asked for your name.
Siliki.
And your, Arakakra friend. Assuming you're Arakakra. Much too tall and, winged for a Kenku.
I'm not a Kenku. I can speak.
'Twas a jest, I'm sure many are confused by your kind.
I look at Archimedes. Are many confused about your kind?
I don't know. We're big birds. What's so confusing?
It's just that birdmen are about as rare as an intelligent ogre.
It's true, I guess.
I look at Archimedes. I'm like, you two are each the only one of you I've ever met. So he's got something there.
There are probably still more of us than smart ogres, though. I mean, we have tribes. I don't think there are tribes of super intelligent ogres.
Unfortunately not.
Well, I hope that you can lead
No
your people to
offense.
something better.
One can dream.
One can dream. Me?
Uh,
I'm going to drink and then probably end up going to hell.
Yes. No, I
Literally.
have your drinks, relax.
Maybe
I-
literally.
In fact, little
Just
one
kidding.
will look over. Little one will look over at the barkeep, and he's like, "Oh, their first round's on me."
Oh, thank you, sir.
I like this guy.
I do too.
Yeah, the bartender nods, and he goes, "Little one, the usual," and he gives a thumbs up, and the waiter brings him like just a full wine bottle, and just by the size of the ogre, he just picks it up in like 2 fingers and just sips on it as he's reading.
Now, Jake, do Archimedes and I, should we make like an insight check? Is there more to this cat that we should explore, or is he just an interesting fella in the bar?
He's just an interesting fellow in the bar.
All right, I like him a lot.
Those are the best fellas.
Those are the best fellas. Dude, I wonder if he wants to go to hell.
Ask him.
Do you want to ask him?
Say, I forget his name already. What was little one? What? You know how I was talking about how like you got all this knowledge now. What are you gonna do with it?
Yes.
You feel like going on a journey?
I'm more looking forward to a journey of the mind, if you will.
Well,
This
I
might
think
be
this
a
would
bit
be-
of a mind fuck.
By Jove.
my friend here is right. I think your mind will expand where we're going. Anyway, think about it. And,
You haven't
you
given
want
me much
to,
to think about.
well, okay. Remember I told you we're going to hell? That was true.
You were being
think.
literal.
I think I was being literal.
Yes.
Right? I look at Archimedes, right? Like, is this real?
I mean, I'm going.
So, okay.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think we have to go down there to save the world. You want to be a part of that?
Well, some of the world.
Yeah. Some of the world's the world,
I
right?
don't know about all of it.
We want to try to save a whole lot of people. And you seem like a good guy. So, you think about it. We could definitely use your... I look him up and down. And I'm like, your intelligence. So...
Yeah.
But now I've got to research kind of about where we're headed.
He kind of smiles and he says, "You're not the first group of adventurers to try to whisk me away on some adventure."
This isn't some adventure, my friend. But I understand. Your skepticism makes perfect sense to me.
Well, they wish to read many tomes about your venture.
We're probably gonna die.
I'd be surprised if a book were written about this. He's right. So I nod to him and head to the bar with Archimedes and... Like, hey Archimedes, can you read? Because I don't want to go through these books all by myself.
I can read.
Here,
Kind of.
grab one. Underline the important parts. So yeah, we're at the bar drinking.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I know what the hell I'm reading?
Oh yeah, I want to see this roll.
Well, that was a natural one.
You're holding the book upside down.
I can't wait for your
What
report.
is this? This is gibberish.
There are no pictures in this.
And now
I look over, I'm like-
Actually, you believe that he is illiterate.
Okay. I look over. I'm like, I tell you what, I got time. I'll comb through these. You keep drinking and sharpening that halberd. And then we have our conversation at the bar that we've already typed up. Does that seem
Okay.
right, Peter?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
Rosie will like step back from whatever this Rude Goldberg device is that she's been helping Orion fix. Looking at it satisfied. This is the dumbest way to mix potions. But I think it'll work now.
Yes, but now you don't have to do it yourself.
I mean,
Look, those ratios are really hard to
than
get.
use this thing.
Yeah, but the ratios are really hard to get right every single time, especially once you get to the higher level extraplanar portal magic. I mean, you gotta be really careful. I mean, I guess you could pay someone or get a Quasit to do it. There's that too. But this is pretty cool, isn't it?
I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if I'd call it cool.
As
Well-
you guys are talking, Jezebel knocks some of it over.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
about what I expected.
be
Well-
careful with that.
I helped you fix it once. I'm going to the bar now. You know where it should go. And I leave.
As you guys are like walking through the hallway, Mia's definitely like outside crying somewhere in the.
Rosie will like, as she's like heading towards the bar, and sees Mia. Yeah, drink.
Yeah.
All right. And keeps going.
Yeah, Orion's gonna look at the thing and be like, thinking, I'm like, I can't. It's like I don't want to do this again. And he decides he's gonna go follow Rosie to the bar.
All right. As you're walking out, you feel somebody tug at your the end of your trousers.
I'm gonna look back. It's Quasit, right?
Yeah, it's Jezebel.
Hey, you want to come with? Or wait, she can't probably. Or can she? you want to go get a drink? Vera doesn't have to know. We've never been caught before.
Silvira yells out from the other side of her chamber. Do not get Jezebel drunk again. Jezzy, here. Jezzy gives a sad face and then goes running over to her master.
Darn it. Well, I still have my darling little Ermina. Well, let's go.
All right, at this point, everyone reconvenes in the hearth.
Rosie looks at the ogre as he comes in, and I'm like, I already asked.
Jake, how long have we been drinking here? me and
Are you guys like drinking
me and Anon.
non-stop, or?
That's what Archimedes is doing.
Oh, say it again. I'm sorry.
I was just curious how long we've been drinking, me and you, Anon, since we were the first ones here.
Well, I imagine your drinking pace is about 5 to 7 times mine. Anon's a nurser of wine.
He's just sipping at it. The monks are drinking faster than him.
I mean, I don't know what time of day we got here, but
Hey, Anon,
What?
you should ask that ogre to come with us.
You know what? That's a great idea.
So-
Oh, I did, and he said no.
Oh. Hey, Anon,
Should I ask that ogre to come with us?
you should ask that ogre to come with us.
You know what?
At this point, you guys
will.
hear a very loud grumble as you hear Little One get up from his seat, and he walks over. He leans onto the bar, and there's a very loud creak, and he turns to you guys, and he says, I'll drink with you if that's what you wish.
Hey, Anon,
Yeah. Yeah.
ask that ogre to come with us.
Little one, this drink's on me.
He smiles. At this point, I'll say is when everyone else comes in, they see an ogre leaning up against a creaking bar next to their allies.
Rosie just like kind of stares at it for a minute.
Hey,
What
guess
else,
what,
guys?
This
Guess
ogre's
this
coming with us.
stranger-
Do I know this guy? This ogre?
Oh, you know Little One, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's like, hey, little one. Long time no see.
He turns to you, and he looks down at you, and he smiles, and he goes, Giganto, you're back!
I'm back! Yeah,
That's a
spread my-
ridiculous name.
Gonzo?
He's not talking about my height.
Gross.
He, like, picks you up with one hand.
So what are you reading today?
The Sum of Theology, Saint Vithira.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. You should remind me to show you my experiment sometime. Rosie, that's the one over there. She helped me fix it. It's pretty impressive.
Jolly good.
It's like, sorry, I'll let you get back to my reading. I'm here with my friends over here.
Yeah, Little One turns to Anon Archimedes. Oh, these are your friends?
Yeah, that's Anon, and that's Archimedes, and that's Rosie, and that's Mia. She's the one that's crying.
And I'm Archimedes.
Yeah, it's like
Hey, Archimedes. I say to hey, Archimedes, we should ask the ogre to come with us.
Yeah.
Little one, are you going with?
That's a good idea, Anon.
Are you
I'm
coming
afraid-
with us?
I'm afraid not, Giganto.
Oh, okay.
The best
Oh,
I
I
can
guess I'll
offer
break
is
the news.
spirits and knowledge.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll break the news to them gently. They seem pretty set on the idea.
You can let them
Uh,
live with the fantasy for the night.
Hey, Orion, did you hear? He's coming with us. This is great news.
Yes. We're all going on a journey together. What are you drinking?
Rosie is
Oh,
I'm
really
gonna
God.
order
confused
this
at the
I
moment.
don't
strongest
know, but
drink
it
they have.
works really good.
Do birds really drink that? I'm leaning over. I'm leaning
I have
over.
to put it in a bowl.
Actually, I guess I'm on my tiptoes trying to smell it, and I'm like, oh gosh, that smells awful. And what is he drinking?
It's difficult to get my beak inside of a mug. They have to put it in a bowl.
I think that's what they. I think that's supposed to be served in tiny little glasses. How much is it?
I haven't been keeping track, Orion. Sorry.
Why would they put it in tiny glasses?
I think everything's in tiny glasses for him.
Yeah. I do.
I'm
Okay.
gonna order the strongest drink that they have.
Anon looks
Sounds
over
good.
at me and is like, "You clearly need something," and I wave the bartender over.
Little one raises a hand, as his gigantic hand, mind you, as soon as the bartender comes and goes, "Oh, their drinks are on me for tonight."
To our new ally!
I look at Archimedes. I'm like, "Are you sure the whole night?"
I think I can handle it.
Okay.
Thanks, little one. You're the best.
Thank you.
He puts his gigantic hand on Mia's head. No problem.
That was awkward.
Mia does that thing like when someone like puts their hand on your head and you kind of just like tilt your head back a little bit and like look up at your forehead.
He'll just smile. All right, I take it you all get properly sloshed.
Mia's getting trashed. Does she make any really bad decisions?
Anon never drinks to that point.
I don't think it takes much for Orion to get there. He's what? I think 40 pounds, 30 pounds.
Well, you're used to drinking with little one, aka like you black out almost immediately.
Yeah, especially when drinking with
Jake, how
Archimedes
busy is it in here?
There's about a dozen monks in here, so it's about maybe at half capacity with you guys.
Are there any attractive people?
I mean, Rosie's here.
Yeah, Orion's right next to you.
You're sitting right next to
I'm
Anon.
right here.
Mia, have you not seen these cheekbones on Anon? My God.
Unless you're into ogres, your party members are probably the hottest people here.
Get it?
I'm pretty sure an ogre would kill Mia.
You'd probably split you in half, yeah.
Archimedes is gonna wander
40
outside.
pounds. Oh boy.
To vomit?
Don't fly and drink and
Nope.
fly.
Nope. he wanders outside and walks around to the back side of the pub.
Well, the pub's within the castle, so you actually have to walk through multiple hallways before you can actually get outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what he does.
Assuming you're properly sloshed, a couple of monks will like kind of stop you and be like, "Can I help you, sir?"
Where's outside?
Eventually, one of the monks, Bob, actually, will be like about to be going to bed, and he goes, "Oh, come with me." Bob lets you outside.
I need to get to the roof.
Oh, well,
no.
then come with me, and he like brings you up multiple flights
God.
of stairs.
This is gonna be fantastic. And none of us are
Can
going
I-
after him.
We're clueless.
So, Bob, has anyone ever jumped off a roof before?
I think we need to turn around.
No. Look at me, Bob. I have wings. This is fine.
Even one with wings shouldn't ask such a question.
I have to redeem myself. I'm a failure.
But they're very well, come with me. And you guys head down a couple of flights of stairs, and then eventually he leads you out into a roof that's one story off of the ground.
This will do nicely. Yes, this looks like the perfect height for redemption.
Yes.
I just
Alright.
like turn to Anon and be like,
Uh,
do you think one of us should have gone with him?
uh,
He was pretty drunk.
no, yeah, I think we should have.
He's
Alright.
just going out for the bathroom. He's fine.
Orion, little
What?
one.
What? That's not me.
Yes, ma'am.
We should all go to the fucking boat thing.
The what?
Boat thing.
The boat, that ship they pointed out on the way in here.
The
What-
decrepit
what-
ship?
Yes. Yes. That's a great idea. I haven't been up there
Right?
in ages.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's go. It's a long way up there. But yeah, let's go. Hey guys, Anon, you want to come with us to the boat?
What is it?
It's the boat that I pointed out when we were coming in.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a boat.
Well, since you put it like that, yeah. I can't read the shit anymore. Mainly because you people won't let me read.
Oh, you're reading?
Oh, let loose. Have some fun. And I'm gonna like give him a shot and be like, drink it.
At this point, little one's actually gonna like tower over Anon, and he whispers to him, "Would you like a moment of privacy?"
I thought that was about to get weird.
It might be. I look at him. What do you mean?
Would you like some quiet so you can read?
No, he's coming with us to the boat.
I'll stick with them and go.
Drink the shot. And I'm gonna like
Where are
give him
you
a
all?
shot of the things that
Where
I
are the
was
lot of you staying?
In the castle. What would we call that?
Room
You just tell
237.
him. Okay, so assuming you guys tell him where it is, he like basically grasps Mia and Orion and drags you guys back to your room.
No, the boat.
He's taking us to the boat.
No, he's taking us
Yes,
to
yes,
the
to the boat.
bed.
Yes, we are all going to the boat. Yes,
No,
to
we're
the boat.
not. You're a liar.
I
To
look
the
at
boat
Rosie.
of your
I look at
dreams.
Rosie. I'm like, did an ogre just drag our friends off?
Yeah, but for some reason I don't feel worried about it.
Me neither. In real life, I think that would be something I'd worry about.
Yeah, normally.
I want to go to the
Yeah.
boat.
These people
We're going to the boat.
can't really.
You're
Now put your
a
head on the
liar.
pillow.
Can they?
The
I'm
boat's
totally
on the
gonna, like,
pillow.
I'm gonna like sit on the bed like Audrey does when she's mad. Just like crisscross applesauce.
Nice.
Like
Is Mia just like typical too drunk at the bar, wasted chick at the moment?
oh yeah, she has her mind set on something. She really wants to go see this fucking boat.
It's a really good boat, in her defense.
What the hell is Locklow doing?
Can Locklow get drunk?
I mean, he can.
He's totally drinking with us. He's like on my shoulder, like, go to the boat.
Oh, he's whispering an infernal in your ear. To
Totally.
the boat, to the boat, to the boat. Which is probably why you're more insistent than normal.
But he's probably invisible, so like
Yes.
little one doesn't know he's there. But like
He
Locklow's
definitely had
keeping my
stopped a
mind
few
off-
times upon like dragging you guys to your room where he was like, "Did I hear? Must be my imagination."
So are Rosie and I left at the bar?
I think so.
Sounds
yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
We're going to the boat.
Rosie? Hell, is this for real?
I mean, I at least want to go to. It's really the only lead we have at the moment to prevent any additional bad things from happening. So, seems like it's our best option.
Our best. Really?
I mean, it's that or.
You said going to hell is our best option.
I mean, how else are we going? We don't even know if a second contract exists. if it does, we don't know where it is, and even having it doesn't necessarily help us prevent the collection of the payment.
So,
Short of going to hell and looking for clues there,
right.
there's not really much more we can do, and in an indeterminate amount of time, it's very possible that Baldur's Gate gets wiped off the planet.
So Anon usually has a facial expression that's at least a veneer of confidence and used car salesman-y kind of something. And you see it drop for a second. He's like, but what can I do there?
I mean,
Like, you seen what I do, Rosie? Like, hell?
but I've also seen you cast powerful magic. You may not be the most
Oh, they're parlor
fiery
tricks.
types, but being able to close a wound, a fresh wound, as quick as you do, is not a parlor trick. And I'm sure with a little practice, you can focus some of your divine magic into offensive.
Divine?
abilities. I mean, Rosie will like take her hand axe and like purposely cut her arm. Close it. Just try and close my wound.
Do you want to drink one of my fake potions to do it, or do you want me to actually do it?
Actually do it.
So I cure the wound.
And that's... I've studied...
But don't you understand that that's nothing?
But somebody... I take a lot of hits because I'm often in front of everyone else.
Appreciate it, by the by. Meant to tell you the other day.
You behind me keeps me staying in front of you. I've studied a lot of magic despite my interest. And I recognize when people have a talent for certain things. Yours might not necessarily be combat related, as mine is, or as Orion's is, or as Mia's is. But there's a place for it, especially with an art.
Well, my whole body screams against this. This is insane.
You get used to it.
I'm a glorified street performer. I don't even know how I ended up here.
I saw some sort of talent in you when I picked you out of that crowd of just nobodies. It's not a reason I picked you for nothing.
Well, thanks, I guess. I didn't know it was leading me to hell.
Well, I mean, if you'd like to not come with us, you don't have to. I would appreciate it if you would. But I'm sure we'll manage somehow without you if you decide not to come with. Maybe we'll take that giant ogre with us.
He's not coming.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
All right, Rosie.
Just give it a night and think on it, at least.
Just keep me alive down there, will you?
Yeah, I'll do the best
I'll
I
try to
can.
do the same. But seriously, I know how to purify food and water. I detect poison. I know how to charm people. I just talk, and I can't talk to devils.
Well, you are a trickery one. Do you not pray to a particular god?
Of course I do. Timura is my god.
Don't you
Yes.
ask her for some stronger magic? That's how your types are gifted, correct? From your deity, they grant you a certain set of powers. Maybe since we're going to such a dangerous location, they can grant you stronger ones.
Well, I hope she doesn't consider me too wayward in that I have this collection of other holy symbols and I know all about the other ones. I don't know.
Well,
It's all part of the scam.
luck be a fickle lady sometimes, so...
Sometimes. Well, thanks, Rosie.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn in.
Yeah, do the same. I'd like to get a shot at that library before we leave. But have a good night.
Somehow I think we're leaving a little sooner than we thought we would.
Probably, but that's why I'll just have to get up early. Then
Yeah.
I imagine both Anon and Rosie turn in for the night.
Yep.
And did Archimedes just fall to his doom off of a first floor building?
I rolled to see if he broke his leg, but he opened his wings and soared a little bit.
A little bit.
Success! I'm victorious!
Bob climbs down a ladder nearby and he goes, "That was great."
It's
That's
fucking
right.
awesome.
I have redeemed myself.
You sure have.
It means a lot coming from you, Bob.
Your best friend.
I'm glad to keep your mind at ease, friend. Shall you? Do you wish to turn in?
Where's the second highest building?
I'll show you tomorrow.
That's fair.
All right,
think
let's
I
go to your quarters.
I think I should get some sleep.
All right, Bob leads you back because he's the one that originally showed you guys to your quarters. At which point he opens up the door and is like surprised to find little one like huddled in a corner, like watching Mia and Orion, as Orion is already knocked out and Mia's just sitting crisscross applesauce on her bed.
I did
Oh,
it!
please!
I did it!
We should go to the boat.
I did it!
You went to the boat?
No. I
What?
redeemed myself.
Oh,
You did? What did you do?
I flew.
congratulations.
Nice. Can we go to the boat?
Like, at least 10 feet. At a minimum.
It was beautiful.
I'm sure it was more than that.
May even have been like 12.
Well, you did tumble for about 10 feet, but then you did soar
That
a
was
few good.
intentional.
I would give it a good Bob's like, I would give it a good, like, 15 feet.
I think I've earned some sleep.
Indeed.
Go to the boat.
We're going to the boat tomorrow.
Orion is gonna be half gonna say almost in his sleep. The boat. The boat.
Little one finally gets up and he, like, squeezes himself through the doorway and heads back to what you're assuming would be the bar.
I thank him for all the drinks.
You're welcome, friend.
And I suppose it goes without saying, think on it.
It's good
I
that you're
smile
coming with
ruefully.
us, little one. We're gonna do better with you there.
Sleep well, friends. All right, I take it you all turn in for the
Good
night.
night.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you all wake up in the morning. What's your guys' plan?
Take it easy after that night.
Yup.
Rosie wants to try and get early to the place that she was adjusted to try and see if she can't find any information on the enchantments that she's kind of the enchantment area she's kind of looking for.
Okay.
And then
I'll
we'll
say
spend the day
because
reading.
are you all taking just the day off to relax and research and all that?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all right. We'll go with Rosie first. So because you were in like the perfect area to research exactly what you're looking for, you can roll a d20 for Arcana twice if you're going with Arcana, and add both rolls.
add both rolls?
Yes.
So add the d20s, then the Arcana?
No, like roll. Basically, make the roll twice, and then I'll add it to the
Okay.
pool.
Why are these horrible? That's
Are
a
those your
2.
wormwood dice?
No. Those are different dice, but I got a 2 and a 4. So total
Oh,
that
jeez.
is a 9 and a 7. God damn it. I just am not good at research.
Apparently. Okay. What is everybody else doing for the day?
Anon will be doing serious research on the Zariel cult and how to be a cultist and what it means to care about her and everything I don't know.
Is there a like a training grounds kind of an area?
Yeah, I'll say they have some sort of a like, yeah, like a weapons training area. Sure.
Yeah, Archimedes will go there and just kind of train.
Obliterate every piece of equipment.
Probably.
Hey,
Send them all to hell, all of those dummies.
After Archimedes destroys the first dummy, a bunch of monks run up to you and like start handing you like training pole arms and said, "Please, sir,
How can I strike fear into the hearts of my enemies with this stick?
you're striking fear into our wallets."
That's a good point. Very well. I shall use the training equipment.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you take the day to practice and hone your martial skills, and
And then I level up 6 times.
well, no.
Damn it, it didn't work.
All right,
I saw what you're trying to do. I thought it was brilliant.
Orion and Mia, what are you guys doing for the night?
I'm going to read, and well, first off, I'm gonna sleep in. Probably gonna be the last one to get up, and then I'm gonna read and probably.
Go to the boat, question mark?
Nah, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You sobered up.
I'm over it.
Orion, what are you doing for the day?
Well, I was wondering, even if I found some spell books, I'd still have to pay the gold cost for the components to learn them, right?
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can easily find the components within the area.
Oh, okay. I just don't have any money. I burnt it all.
For what you did for Silvira, she'll give you the components for what you need for the day.
Okay, cool. I want to find some spell books on some. I want to find some spell books on conjuration in the library. It's because I want to try to learn some more conjuration spells. I've been a little lapse in my studies.
Okay. Is there a specific spell you're looking for?
I was looking for 2 level 1 spells: Absorb Elements and Tensor's Floating Disc.
Okay. I'll flip a coin here.
Absorb elements is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an investigation or an Arcana check.
Let's go with Arcana. I'm much better at that. So here we go. 6. I got a 15 total.
Okay. You'll find a scroll of absorb elements.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna learn that spell. All right.
Okay.
Yep, and that's what I'm doing for the day. I'm hunting down the spell, hunting down the components, begging Silvira for me to burn up
She
the
smiles.
spell.
She said, "Yeah." She's like, "It's the least I can do. You went out of your way and risked your life for this puzzle box."
Does that mean you'll let me find another spell? Maybe. That's
What
fine.
was the other spell you were looking for?
Tensor's Floating Disc. It's level 1. It's fine if not.
She'll hand
Orion.
you a scroll and she'll say, "Record it on your own time."
Oh! Thank you. All right. So I have a scroll of Tensor's Floating Disc.
Yep.
Cool.
This is a aside, absorb elements is not a conjuration spell.
I know, it was just one of the ones he was looking for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just a useful spell.
Yeah.
But I think he knows most of the other conjuration spells so far. There's actually fewer in that school than in any other school besides necromancy, I think. But okay, cool. That's what he's doing.
For Rosie, I'll say since you only have 3 more points to learn your grappling bolt, I'll say that you can spend a little bit of time to perfect it.
Ooh, nice.
So you'll have 1 prototype ready to go.
Do I need to buy the rope then? Probably.
Yeah, but you could easily find some silk rope here.
In town somewhere.
They'll have some sort of like a general shop.
Oh. I can learn it. Yes.
We'll do so then.
Well, you know what?
Sounds
I
good.
do have the money to learn Spencer's floating disc, so I think I will do it.
You liar!
I have 31 gold pieces, so
No, you're fine. Just record it.
it might be alright.
Now I have 100 feet of rope. 50 of it is silk.
Nice.
Okay. I will say. Okay, Anon.
Yes.
Because of your studying, anything on Zariel, or rather, trying to impersonate being a worshiper of Zariel, you have advantage.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Mia, for just simply relaxing and calming your nerves and all that sort of stuff. Your next save against a intelligence, wisdom, or charisma save, the next one you have is at advantage.
Okay.
And then Archimedes, your next attack that you do against an enemy will be at advantage.
Nice.
Just to give everybody a little bit of a buffer. Okay. And then, what do you all do after you're all done for the day?
Mia's gonna go drink again.
Same.
All right. Is everybody just gonna meet up at the hearth?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say
All right. Cool.
also, like, Rosie probably drinks slowly, but, like, faster than a non. Like, probably a nice casual pace.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You all see little one at the bar again. He's doing the same old thing. He's reading another book.
Oh, Orion's gonna be like, hey, little one, I got you a side table. You wanna see? I'm gonna cast Tensor's floating disc and put one of the books on it. Check it out. Isn't that cool?
Impressive, Giganto. How long does that spell last?
I'm gonna look it up. It's probably only an hour. It's gonna be awesome when it fails. 1 hour, yeah. Okay.
An hour? Okay, cool. Yeah, he just leaves it there. He was honestly just waiting a minute to see if the spell dissipated. He's not a spellcaster. And then when he saw it last longer than a minute, he just kind of like looked at you, kind of gave like a confirming nod, and then kept reading.
Yep. And when it ends in an hour, he'll probably be just like figures.
Yeah, he'll hear it like a hard thud, and then he'll like look over at you and smile.
I suppose this bar is less than 20 feet wide.
It can serve like 30 people, so
'Cause it would
it's
be
probably
fantastic if it, like, Orion went to the other side of the bar and then the book just followed him.
Oh my gosh. That'd be hilarious. You're right. Because that could happen. It's because it follows, what, 10 feet behind you?
20 feet.
20 feet.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely would have like probably walked to the bar and it would have started scooting towards you, but Yeah. All right, as you all are drinking and carousing and all that sort of thing, Silvira actually enters and sits with you lot.
Oh, I don't see you down here very much.
No,
Bad day?
I could use a drink every once in a while.
So, how does a lot of people who are out of their mind get into Avernus?
Usually by arcane magic. I know someone who may be able to help.
Imagines something similar to planar travel, but I don't know any. If you know someone that can help with that, then that'd be appreciated.
Well, I know a wizard. He goes by the name of Tragzagar. He lives in a tower about 20 miles from here. I've loaned him a spellbook or two, and he owes me a favor. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use a plane shift spell to take you straight to El Terrell. Even more importantly, Traxador is looking after an old friend of mine, someone who has a history of battling devils in the Nine Hells, and I think you'll find her company quite useful. Her name is Lulu.
Lulu, you say?
Orion, you've heard Silvira bring up Lulu once or twice, but you've never met Lulu.
Okay, I was about to ask. It's like, hey, you've talked about her before. Well, why don't you ever talk about her more? Your friend Lulu.
She's an old friend, but it's been a while since I've seen her. She's been with Traxador for a while.
What is she? Do I know what she is? Like, is she like a tiefling or something? Do I know like what she is, or do I know anything about her? Or
Make a basic intelligence check at disadvantage.
Okay. Searching my murky memory. Ooh,
Yeah.
should I take the 2 or should I take the 4?
Take the 2.
Yeah. Okay, that's still a 6, baby.
You barely recall her bringing up Lulu more than like once or twice, but you just kind of just went, "You bring her up all the time."
Even if she doesn't.
Yeah, she's like, I've maybe brought her up a few times in the past.
I think I might call it here, just so I can get in the shower and stuff.
Okay.
Well, I guess that'll be the first stop for tomorrow.
Like, what is this, your friend, the wizard, what is he like?
Traxador?
Yeah.
He's short.
He's short?
Yes.
Like me?
Orion's
Oh.
kind of people.
Wait, is he a gnome? Or a dwarf? Or a halfling?
No.
Hey guys, I'm
Snurf
gonna hop
Nibbler?
off.
Okay.
Get a shower and stuff. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
See you later.
Good night.
Bye. There she is. Okay. Yeah, she's pretty vague about Traxador. Or Traxagor, yeah. He's a character.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
I mean, you named just about all the other small races, so there's lizard folk,
Well, I mean-
or not lizard folk, kobolds, and
Snurfneblin, Goblet. Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
But that's our doorway to hell.
Yes, he's the one who could plane shift you to El Terrell.
Rosie, do we need to go back to Baldur's Gate first and let anyone know what we're doing?
Silvera offers to send word via magic, if need be.
yeah, just at least letting the commander know that we're following a lead.
Okay.
you know Commander Porter?
I do.
I would.
And she like holds up her hand. She goes, "A moment," and she closes her eyes and waits a couple of seconds, and then her eyes widen as she looks back at you.
What?
You said Krieg was in custody,
He was when we left 5 days ago, or 6 days.
and you
ago.
left a Hell Rider there. Was she perhaps imprisoned?
Yes. One of them did a favor, but Captain Zaj still imprisoned her.
A moment, and she like holds up a hand again, and then waits a few seconds, and then a few seconds go by, and then she opens her eyes again. Krieg is dead.
Ugh.
Wait, what? How? They killed him, didn't they?
That's just fucking great.
The Hellrider probably got their revenge for a leader that sacrificed all their souls.
Well,
Yes.
maybe that was the right thing to do.
Well, it becomes more grim as she hung herself in her cell afterward.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Not surprised.
That's fucked up.
I agree with Archimedes. It's a mess.
Well, them Hellriders are all very people.
Well,
so-
we better go then, because everything's getting out of hand now.
Well, it'll take till morning to ready your
That's what I mean.
transport.
ASAP.
ASAP, but I might have left this small part out. You will need griffins to reach Troxigor.
Wait,
You did leave that out.
are you saying we're gonna get to ride griffins?
Yes, he lives in a floating tower.
Oh, wow. This is gonna be so great. I've never actually got to ride on a griffin before. This is so exciting. Oh, wow. Do you think... Oh, wow. Are these, like, really big griffins? Like, actually, how big are griffins? Would I even
They're
know?
pretty big.
They're large creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, this is gonna be so exciting. Hey, have you guys ever ridden on a griffin before? Or a pegasus? Or a giant eagle? Or a rock?
No.
Look like I've ridden on a giant rock. This-
ROC. Oh, it's a giant bird.
I know.
Okay.
How high are we talking about here?
Oh, they're gonna have to fly really high. It's gonna be so great. We'll be able to see everything from way up there. Archimedes, you don't even have to worry. 'Cause you're not
Archimedes, you
even
redeemed
human.
yourself. You redeemed yourself last night.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, 12 feet, if I remember correctly.
You flew off one of the towers here.
You tell me I flew 10 feet through the air.
No, you jumped off one of the towers. You said you needed to redeem yourself. You made Bob take you to the roof, and you jumped off.
All right, I need a contested roll. Anon, make a deception roll, and Archimedes make an insight.
It's fantastic.
Beat that, dude.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't.
Well, if he could.
I did roll a natural 20, but I still can't beat you. That's a
Oh my god.
for me.
All right. Archimedes, you believe him.
I have been redeemed!
I'm gonna say for this next venture, you don't have to make any rolls. You simply believe that you did what you did.
There's a song that comes to mind. I believe I can fly.
Anon, do you know what this means?
I actually don't. I mean, Bob came back, said you jumped off a tower.
It means I can avenge them. I can
Oh.
avenge everyone.
That's great. Wait, avenge who?
Hold on, I have to look at my backstory.
You keep a journal, Archimedes?
Yes.
Of sorts.
All right. So the next part of the quest is to travel to this Troxigor.
I was once a member of a very important tribe, the Atos tribe. We protected the Great Forest. We defended the forest from a portal that opened to hell. Devils and demons would pour through it every day.
Wait, is that why you're so excited to go there?
We fought them back. Yes. Well, I don't know if I'm excited. That's a stretch.
Well then,
When I was young, I was to leap from the elder tree and take flight, but I fell. I was not able to.
Assuming Archimedes is telling you that's why you guys are on the Griffins, hence all of the wind.
I was gonna say that would explain the wind sound.
Fucking damn it.
I just assumed he was really excited about his redemption and just flapping it around.
Yeah. Or
So are we, just assuming this is going on the next day then, or?
Yeah. You you all are brought to a crescent-shaped platform with a stunning view of the sea. Waiting for you atop this platform are several griffins with saddles, and their handlers are standing nearby to help you.
Well, Peter, did you finish?
Oh no, I was gonna finish up here. Let's see.
Because you didn't seem like your backstory was done.
When I fell from the great tree, I did not die. However, I was considered an outcast.
Why?
They still allowed me because I failed. Those who jump from the great tree are supposed to ascend.
What does that mean?
Take flight. But I could not. However, they did allow me to stay, as I was still one of them.
Well, that sounds
One day-
stupid.
Hey, thanks for calling my culture stupid.
Well, I mean, I'm sure people of your race don't fly the first time, every time. And,
This tribe does.
well,
If they don't, they usually die. But I did not.
again, that sounds
Anyway.
stupid.
Rosie, all
However, I was still
Cultures have
allowed
their
to
own-
stay there. And one day there was a massive influx of devils that came through the portal. They needed every combatant that they had on hand, and my father
were-
and my father and my brother were killed, and my mother was taken, dragged through the portal by some sort of a devil with chains on its body. It dragged her away, only to what I assume is her death.
maybe not.
Yes, I do wonder sometimes if she somehow survived.
I understand you better now why you want to do this, Archimedes. I've been having so many doubts, but I don't think I have any doubts now that we need to do this, guys.
We must go.
We're on our way.
All right, sweet.
But I will say this, as we're flying on these griffins. We nearly lost to, like, one dude on a wagon. How are we going to do this?
I'm the wind.
Anybody? Nobody?
We'll
What?
be fine.
We will persevere.
I
We
promise
will
not,
be victorious.
I promise not to try to kill you guys. I promise not to try to kill you guys this time. Next time.
No, you can't promise that. Archimedes, you can't promise that. Nobody can promise that.
I just did.
Your
These
mind's-
devils, they can fuck our minds anytime they want. We must resist.
Well, how are you gonna do that?
Obviously, I don't know.
You realize you
Well, I mean,
beat the shit out of me in the... Like, you almost killed me, Archimedes.
I thought that you had forgiven me for that.
I did forgive you. I certainly do not hold you accountable. That doesn't mean that I don't forget that it happened. That's my trepidation for this hell journey.
just have to. One.
Are we ready? Are we ready for this?
I mean, are you?
I don't
ever
know,
ready to
Jake.
go
Are we
to hell?
ready?
I don't know. Our DM hasn't even put us to level 5 yet.
Do you guys mount the griffins as all this is happening?
Yes.
Okay,
If
the
mount
griffins.
the Griffins is a euphemism for level 5, yes.
Oh.
All right, the
yeah.
griffins take flight and they head out to sea, flying just below the clouds. Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, but grows smaller as the griffins soar westward. Large rocky islands pass below you, and beyond them lies the open sea. After a long journey, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower, which somehow floats in the sky ahead.
Cool.
The griffins pass through jagged holes, riddling the tower's conical peak to land on the top floor below, which has a spiral staircase leading down.
Ooh.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Anan, I understand
I feel bad for whoever was standing
your
on the
concern,
end of that pier.
Do you?
but we must persevere. You saw what has happened. What's his name is dead.
Archimedes,
Who knows? What could
As
happen to Baldur's Gate now?
as you all had hung on to griffins and stuff, your fear of heights came back steadily and steadily.
Holy shit! Do you realize how high we are?
But what do you care?
It's
Half of the
great.
flight, you were closing your eyes.
It's fucking terrifying. That's what I care.
Don't look
Uh,
down.
Archimedes, you're redeemed.
Yeah.
Archimedes, make a wisdom save at disadvantage.
That's 5.
You don't feel redeemed, and you are now afraid of heights again.
Oh.
No.
Clearly, I have not truly redeemed myself.
Well, I don't understand. Bob said you jumped off a tower.
I don't think it was as high as the Elder Tree.
Well, how high is the Elder Tree?
It's fucking old and massive.
Well, maybe not. Sorry, Archimedes.
I'll have to try again on another building or some shit.
Some shit. Yeah.
All right, let's get away from the ledge, please.
All right, you all are on top of the keep, with stairwell going down.
So, should we stop here without
Seems
Mia
like a
and
good-
Eyes?
Seems like a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jake, are we in a place where, like, story-wise, is there something we could do that they don't necessarily need to be here, or should we stop here?
Nope, we can stop here.
Okay.
And as we stop here, you all can level up to level 5, please.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. And
I hope that's
where
not
we
just
go
because
out.
I bitched about it.
No, we can definitely wait until next session for the next installment. So,
Time to roll some hit dice.
So how do you level up on D&D
So,
Beyond?
To level up, you go up to where your name is and click the drop down thing, and you go to manage levels.
Okay. There I am.
And once it loads, you literally just go to the level box, drop down, and
click
change
5.
it to 5.
All right.
You will have to, assuming, I guess I don't know if you're using fixed hit points or rolled hit points, but if you're using rolled, you'll have to manually adjust the rolled amount, not the total. Like, if you're doing it the manual way, you roll it and then you add the number and then increase your total. D&D Beyond automatically adjusts per your con modifier per level, so you would just have to, like, if you roll a 4 on a D8, you just have to increase the rolled amount by 4.
I have now. Well, I went to manage HP and rolled 25. It doesn't say apply. Or it says apply and then it didn't do anything. But
You can't adjust the rolled up or down.
oh, I see.
I rolled
Yeah,
a
I have
4.
25 HP.
What? How much?
Oh yeah, we should end the stream.
I got 27. Woo!
What? You have more hit points than me?
I mean, I got 14
What
Constitution.
You have
Oh,
a
I
minus
have
Constitution.
7.
Yeah, I got
what
12
were you guys talking about just now? I had to go away. I forgot to type AFK.
We leveled up.
Oh, you're
Level
talking about
5.
level up stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 for my hit points.
Oh man, Archimedes has 2 attacks now. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh
So-
shit!
so
I have
does Rosie.
3 attacks if you count my handle
Action
attack.
You sure
Oh,
do.
and